You guys ready?
Yeah, I'll do it.
I want to see if you can.
No, I
It's
can't.
not
I
as easy
can't.
as it
I
looks.
can't remember the words. What is
It's
it
your
again?
forecast.
Oh, okay.
You still protesting?
Well, you already did it, so I don't got to do it.
So that one counts.
Does that count? You said it. I mean, technically, you said it. So.
Pow!
Yeah, I'm not going to.
Bang!
I'll do it in a couple of
Crack!
minutes, maybe. We'll see. I'll think about it. Did you see that new coach for the Jags had Baker Mayfield over? I guess he's
Liam
somehow.
Cohen?
Yeah.
Well, he was the OC for Baker last 2 years, I guess.
Yeah, Baker doing
I'm gonna stir up some shit
it.
here.
I don't know. Baker's not a free agent though. He's
No,
still got 2
they
more
gave
years.
him a big deal at the start of this year, yeah. Like
Yeah.
a 3-year, 80 million or something, 60 something.
Yeah.
Still shit talking.
You know who the Steelers should get?
Hey, we're gonna get to talk about the Steelers today.
The Steelers should get Daniel Jones.
I would be alright with that.
No, you wouldn't.
That's how it would.
Daniel Jones is so trash, bro.
Okay, but at least he can see over the lineman.
Well, I'm not gonna say that Russell's any good either.
Because that's the rumors I hear is that they're gonna keep his ass.
Dude,
Nah.
the stuff I've been seeing is they're heavy on Fields. Like Russ is gonna be gone and they want to bring back Fields on them.
I thought I saw something saying that he wasn't gonna be coming back. Russell.
I saw a direct quote from Rooney saying that they weren't bringing both back. Like they didn't want to.
do that.
Have the
Again.
drama.
Yeah, well, yeah. He said that he thinks they both think that they're starting quarterbacks in the NFL, and he wants to respect that. And they're just gonna potentially choose one. So
They should keep Fields though.
if you're gonna keep one, I think it's Fields.
Yeah.
I mean, you already saw what Russell's gonna do for you already.
Yeah.
And it's not like they're really. There's no way they can improve the rest of their team.
Yeah.
I don't feel like they.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, you got what, a 4 or 5 game sample from Justin Fields? What did he play? 5 games, something like that.
I think they went 4-1 or 3-2.
Yeah, and they were
He
good.
did.
Yeah, 4-1, I think, because I remember we came on the podcast and we're talking. We were like, I don't
Yeah.
think I would have done that. Like,
Yeah.
that's a crazy decision.
Yeah.
I wonder if it was like they kind of committed to him from the beginning. And that's what the
Yeah, they
mindset
definitely
they
did.
were, and so they kind of felt like they had to. I don't know.
Yeah.
Definitely was better at getting the ball to, outside
Pickens.
the numbers. Pickens, yeah.
I mean, he had a lot more air yards. I feel like using Justin Fields as a game manager, which he shouldn't be, but using him as that, it kind of works out really well.
Yeah, I
Because
mean, you
he's
limited his
so-
bad plays. Like,
Yeah.
he's really good at, creating separation from defensive linemen and stuff like that and breaking the pocket. But the problem is he doesn't throw the ball away, right? Like he
Yeah.
creates negative plays and
Yeah.
takes extra sacks. So if you just don't put him in those positions as often, you don't get those.
I
as
feel
often.
like he was doing pretty good with the Steelers.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he was playing
Yeah.
very well, like not turnover free, but I mean, besides for the fumbles, like I feel like he wasn't throwing a lot of interceptions or anything in his time. So
Yeah.
He had, probably every time he was trying to make a decision, he just heard Mike Tomlin's the echo. Like,
Mhm.
it just, he's like,
Well,
I
that's
don't
the,
want
that's
them
the
to
thing
yell
is
at
he
me.
spent the whole time with like Matt Eberflus,
yeah, he was supposed to.
like with the Bears. Like, dude, the Bears are not. Just stop. Like, we're not.
I'm in on the Bears this year, baby.
I'm not. Mike Tomlin and their scheme just is so set for a quarterback to just do the bare minimum and you'll succeed. You'll do great.
Yeah, the team will succeed.
Yeah. So if Justin Fields can just do the bare minimum while also adding a little bit of his game, oh man. Yeah, give me that.
They're gonna need to add some talent.
So
Yeah,
what about
they need another receiver.
all right? What about the other QBs? We got Sam Darnold. We just talked about Justin Fields and Russell Wilson. James Winston, maybe, and Daniel Jones. I feel like Winston and Daniel Jones are probably like
They're probably
backups
gonna
at this
be,
point, but
Yeah.
Yeah, it is tough. So Winston, I don't know if you guys saw the clip where he asked Barkley this week about he was like, hey, who do you think should sign me? And Saquon said, I think the New York Giants need a quarterback.
Yeah.
Which I thought was really funny. Just going out of his way to take shots at the Giants.
Yeah.
Eagles fans have to love that, right? Like that's just this guy is everything you could ask for.
Yeah. Give me
but-
cookies.
Yeah, I agree. I think Winston is likely to go somewhere that might draft Jackson Dart or Jalen Milroe or just, one of these guys who isn't going to be a first round pick probably.
Yeah.
Might be a second or third round quarterback, and they want a stopgap to at least have somebody with experience be in the room there with them. I think that's the likely outcome for Winston, but I don't really know what team that is yet. I feel like that's a wait and see kind of deal for him.
Yeah, I feel like it could be that. It could be like a rookie going with a rookie, kind of like Sam Darnold going in with JJ.
Yeah.
But like, or it could be like a younger guy. Like I could even think he might even go to somewhere like the Vikings or like the Broncos or something. Younger guy, not really giving you competition, but still a solid backup.
Right.
So that like if you do go down or like you can mentor or like. I would never want to be mentored by Jameis Winston though. That dude is a freak, certified. Like,
what I'll say is, I think my favorite landing spot for him would be the Dolphins.
yeah,
It is very clear they
Yeah.
need to have a backup plan for Tua at this
Yeah.
point, because there is no Dolphins without Tua on the field.
and dude, imagine him just throwing that thing wild with fucking Tyreek and
Yeah, if
Jalen
Tyreek
Waddle.
stays, I mean, but yeah, still with Waddle, Jonnu looked awesome this year. Like
Yeah.
they H-hand, they have weapons.
He is like the complete opposite of Tua, though. Like, the
Yeah,
mindset
100%,
and the way that they play.
100% different mindset. But it's got to be better than floating, Snoop Huntley out there like they did this year. Like
that was
on 2 days of being on the team, like this is not going to work.
I mean, honestly, other than Sam Darnold on this list, I think I'd rather have Jameis Winston. But
Yeah,
I'd rather have Jameis Winston.
I don't
than
think I
Russell
would.
Wilson.
I don't think I'd rather have Sam Darnold.
I
think
Darnold's
he's-
definitely my one.
I can't say that because I still feel like he's somewhere in between the Jets quarterback and the Vikings quarterback, and still I don't want either of those. I think he's like Gardner Minshew cap. Maybe definitely not the same playing style, I don't
Yeah.
think, but a little bit. But I could see him going to like the Giants or some team that needs a quarterback and just not doing good. Like I don't know, I really don't know a team that I can't think of one right now that needs a quarterback, but like just doesn't have a good system.
He's
Like,
going to need a good situation.
yeah, and I don't think the Giants are. I don't think
It
they're
could
gonna have
be
it.
Giants could be one.
I think the Raiders are a team
Raiders,
that
yeah.
are in a position where if they don't take, they're at pick 6 in the draft, so Cam Ward is likely going to be gone by then. Shedeur might even be gone. The Giants pick in front of them, they could end up going with him, and then they're, totally missing out on quarterback this year, so they have to do something. They can't just trot out
Yeah.
O'Connell and Minshew again. That's like waving the white flag before the year even starts. So I think Darnold will probably sign like a 2 or 3 year deal with a team like that.
Yeah. See, I don't think that would be a good situation to where Sam Darnold's going to do well. Like new coaches, like weird stuff, not really no identity to the offense. Like I couldn't see. It's not even like good weapons for him to like.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's not a great situation to go into, but
And the Vikings, dude, man, they got it. Like they got a good system. Like I feel like you can plug and play almost anybody.
yeah, literally.
They got good weapons.
At almost any spot too.
Yeah,
it's
true.
crazy. They
Yeah.
plug in anybody and they work.
I feel like they already said they're going with JJ though, right? Like,
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
definitely
I
going
was
with
just-
McCarthy.
so,
I was just saying that's why I think Sam Darnold did so well. I think whenever he goes to this new team, he's just he's gonna not put up anywhere close. to
It's definitely a buyer beware kind of situation.
Yeah.
Like I think we will see teams take it a little slow. He's not going to be a hot commodity to the point where there's 6-7 teams competing for Sam Darnold on day one of free agency, trying to sign him to a multi-year deal. But to your point about JJ, I think that's the most likely landing spot before Daniel Jones, to stay with the Vikings. Like he signed to their practice squad and everything. I think that works out well for him. That works out really well for the Vikings.
I
They
think it's
clearly
smart.
like to have more than one option at quarterback based on the last year and a half. And I know O'Connell is very confident he can make anything work, but Daniel Jones is still way higher upside than almost any other backup that they could just sign to bring in to back up somebody who has never taken a snap in the NFL in regular season and, is coming off of a torn ACL. So
he's pretty much just a career backup at this point. I mean, if you asked him, he probably says he wants to be a starter, but
I think he'll get a shot somewhere, maybe a few years down the line.
Yeah.
I think I don't feel like anybody's ever gonna get him a shot. Like he could possibly come in as a float around like Gardner Minshew for the rest of his career.
That's what I was gonna say.
Or like Andy Dalton.
I could see it. I could see a Sam Darnold thing.
Yeah.
I mean, at some point, somebody thought he was a good player. Like he was drafted like 6 overall or something like that. Like he has to have some type of talent to be like. They'll see him in training camp and be like, "Man, actually, we should give this guy a legitimate chance." Like Sam Darnold did. Well, yeah, Sam Darnold won the job even before Jay got injured, but
Sam Darnold at this point though, Sam Darnold I would be considered him a starter.
Yeah,
somebody's
100%.
going to give him. I feel
He
like
will
he's
be
gonna
a starting quarterback.
He will be a starting
week
quarterback
1 this year.
for probably a year. I'll give it a
That's
year.
that's your prediction.
Yeah, I would say
At
8
least a year,
weeks,
or
but I would say a year. He'll start either way because they're going to pay him, and then they're going to be like, oh well, we can't sit him because we're paying him so much fucking money.
Yeah.
Nobody.
I'm trying to think of it now. I see
Nobody.
what you're saying about this guy. He's got a lot of talent, though. As far as his arm strength,
Yeah,
and
I
his
agree. I
accuracy,
think he does have talent. It's the decision making is always
yes,
kind of
and like
been
the mental, like
No, he doesn't.
seeing ghosts kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So I mean, like, you give somebody enough time though, and they grow a little bit older, these kind of things sort of fade away a little bit.
Absolutely.
But I don't see him. If you're right, maybe just 1 year, but he might be a good player if he's able to start for a couple years. But
Yeah,
I guess I kind of agree with Jacob a little bit.
He could. That's why I feel like he's somewhere in between the Vikings, Sam Darnold, and the Jets. Because on the Jets, he just wasn't really good.
Yeah,
And I think now
we've
that-
seen nobody has a shot on the Jets. We just watched Aaron Rodgers come out and they won
Yeah.
5 games this year. So
But now that he actually had the chance to succeed, I guess he could be like, hey, look, I know what's going to work. I know what I'm looking for now. I actually had a coach to get me to see right. So
Yeah.
maybe he might. That's why I think he'll be somewhere in the middle. I don't think he'll be able to.
So which teams do you think are looking for QBs right now? So Giants,
we got the Giants. I think
Steelers.
Pittsburgh, the Raiders. You're probably looking at the Titans.
That's what I was. Titans.
But obviously they have the number 1 pick, so they're gonna have their pick of whoever they want this year. But yeah, I mean, I don't even think it's
Browns, maybe?
Yeah.
the Browns definitely. Like Watson's out this year. Like he's gone.
He's out for the. They already said
Yeah, he's
out.
done for the year. He re-ruptured the Achilles. That he.
What a smart guy.
I mean, yeah, it
You
couldn't have
gotta-
happened to a better guy.
You gotta
right?
love that. What a businessman.
Crazy stuff. And then there's some fringy teams that I think could at least be,
Seahawks, maybe?
Yeah, I mean,
Well, I
yes and
guess
no,
they
right?
might
It's like
suck
they
Sam
have
Darnold.
the same thing as Sam Darnold, in my
Yeah.
opinion, like already there, and it's fitting the system. But there are teams like that I think by mid-season next year we're looking at them as like, oh yeah, they're ready to move on.
Yeah.
So I think there's options out there, and I also think we're going to be surprised with where some of these guys land.
Yeah.
And just how many QB battles there will really be. So
I hope we get a really good trade for like a really big, like a Luka Doncic trade. Where like Joe Burrow gets traded to some team. I would love to see
trade
something
Joe
like
Burrow for Aaron Rodgers and a first-round pick.
something cool. So I want to see
The
this.
Steelers, man, they should give up. They could give up George Pickens for him, maybe, or George Pickens.
Maybe no, they probably